Hello Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome. I'm Claire. This is going to be your video for mid-month July 2020. So we're going to take a quick look at your recent past, your current energies, and then what is in the immediate future. These are general readings, so they may not resonate with all of you. If they do, get in touch in the comment section. Give it a like, let me know what's going on, and don't be a stranger. I don't, bite. What else can I really say about this? Happy birthday, Leo. We are about to move into Leo season on the 23rd, so it's, time to go out, step out, and kind of glow a little bit. Yeah, this is going to be your first house. So issues around identity, how you present yourself to the world, sort of how you are perceived in more professional settings might be themes that come up for you. So before we get into the reading, feel free to pause this video and get yourself a drink or a little snack, and let's get into it. What's going on for Leo for the second half of July? Your recent past, at your present moment. In the future. Bottom of the deck is the King of Pentacles, followed by the Moon reverse, followed by the Sun reverse, and the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, well, I see. My first impression of this spread is there's a lot of conflict in your current situation right now. I see there's a lot of overthinking, a lot of being really hard on yourself or someone else. Maybe I do feel like there's going to be an energy that you're interacting with in this spread. And I feel like there's a lot of needing to forgive and move on right away. That's what I see. In your recent past, we have Death reversed, we have the Queen of Cups, and we have the Three of Swords. So this feels, there's a heart opening that's happening here. When in your recent past, and anytime, one thing I've come to learn sort of about these spreads is that when it's about the recent past, it's actually not the recent past. It's just this is the context or the situation that is informing what your current moment is, or whatever this past pattern is what has come up for you to work through right in this moment. So in your recent past, there was something that was ended in some way. That there feels to me there's a lot of heartache that happened with this, but it created a bridge for you internally between what you want in this world and what you create in this world. Something that was very much about how you allow your guiding light, your intuition, your sense of truth to really dance with you, to step with you, to walk with you, to create with you. With Death reversed and the Three of Swords reversed, I feel like there was a lot of heartache that you were just releasing. I think there was maybe some sort of a situation where you were quite blocked off from your intuition, and those heavy emotions, you realize that in order to get back into truth and back into line with yourself, you had to kind of release those and let them go. And maybe there was a lot of trying to fight this transition, or maybe a lot of trying to avoid the inevitable with it, or just kind of believe that the past was really in the past. But I feel like there might be some sort of the past is coming back to life in a way as well. So it is kind of one part of yourself. This feels very Persephone, she goes into the underworld and finds some part of her that was forgotten. This feels a lot like that. There was something that you had to like go deep down inside of yourself to find. And in doing so, something came back from the dead, something came back into your life, and you were able to release and relinquish some sort of heartache. You were able to like breathe a little bit more deeply. St. John's wort comes to mind immediately with this kind of energetic pattern. So there's a weird safety profile with that plant, but if you're at all into herbs and you're not on any sort of pharmaceuticals or dose-dependent drug, that might be a really great ally for you right now. In your current energy, we have the 5 of Wands. Sorry, pardon me, swords. No, that is Wands. Sorry, I'm working with the Hush Tarot, and sometimes the cards play tricks on me. I feel like there's a union, actually. Like, I don't actually get that always with this card, but I think in your present moment, there's, I see a lot of like you with you, sort of like questioning your own judgment of a situation or like your perception of somebody, and you're just maybe like, maybe I was too quick to judge that person, maybe I was too quick to cast blame in the situation, maybe there was someone who like, I feel like somebody kind of like pissed you off. Okay, it feels like there was some sort of a situation where you felt like this person maybe spoke out of turn, and then you like used the intelligence on them. Do you know what I mean? You were like, oh, you think that, do you? Like, okay, well, here's where you're wrong, and I'm about to tell you. You basically just like laid it out for them in a very like head-centric kind of a way. It's like, I'm gonna call you out and I'm gonna do it intelligently. That's what this feels like. But I do feel like there is some sort of like element of truth that you and this person are battling to get to. So like some sort of forbidden knowledge, some sort of some methodology maybe of doing things, you know, like finding the best way to do something, but more like, what is the motivation behind doing it? I feel like that's what's really up for interpretation right now. And I think you're in this really nice place where you're sort of like, okay, well, I was maybe too quick to judge, or, you know, I was maybe wrong in the past. And that's a big thing to admit. You know, fixed sign, you know, Leo, I see you. That's me. And it kind of just feels like with that acknowledgement of like, okay, maybe I was, you know, cut off from like an integrity of truth in some way. This is what it feels like. And now you're just kind of like, okay, well, I'm going to allow myself to rediscover that truth, and like whatever that, like, it feels like forbidden knowledge. So you might be dealing with something that's very occult, or you might be dealing with something that's just very like people's hidden natures, you know, like just kind of what is the underlying motivation behind certain people's actions. Getting really curious about that and allowing a sense of curiosity but intelligence to guide you as you sort of bridge that gap. Sorry, I had a weird morning, so I'm just gonna get some water. Okay, in your immediate future, we have the 10 of Swords reversed, we have the 6 of Cups reversed, and we have the 8 of Pentacles reversed. Wow. I feel like you've been really, really hard on yourself for maybe like not having all of the answers to like whatever this situation is where you were questioning your judgment, or you maybe made a judgment call and you had to like reevaluate it. I feel like in the future, you're gonna kind of take this step towards forgiveness that has to do with you. So what I mean by that is like, it's easy to forgive other people for something. It's not always easy to forgive yourself for being wrong or making a judgment call. And I feel like you're being really, really hard on yourself for just maybe being led astray by something, maybe having some sort of like, this feels like when your belief system changes, and then you spend a lot of time kind of like beating up past you for like thinking that way. but it kind of feels like you're going to have the opportunity in the future to release a lot of that, to kind of come out of a grieving period, and maybe to like acknowledge just how deep some of those wounds go, like just to really see from somebody else's perception, maybe like, this did hurt me really, really badly, and I didn't realize how deep those wounds went until it was reflected back to me. And really having that moment of acknowledgement with yourself, of being like, okay, this is my truth. These are the things that I just got 5 messages. Sorry, I'm just trying to organize my thoughts now. In terms of my heart, or like your heart, let's say, in order to heal and move forward and like sort of let those griefs go, there's a lot of honesty that comes in for you right away. And it's really nice because it allows you to like, instead of, again, beating yourself up a lot, or staying busy in order to avoid kind of confronting those things. This is the glorification of busy. I feel like that's all gonna just kind of just take a nice deep breather, and you're gonna be able to return to like a more innocent and more childlike sort of way of being in regards to this situation, whether that's your own relationship to your own truth or like whatever it is. I feel like there's an opportunity for you here to heal something that's deep inside of you that maybe has been informing you, like informing your actions, informing the things that you have done, or a relationship that you have to something, like that maybe you are finally I sense the opportunity to acknowledge and to work through those things is in your present moment, and in the future you're allowed to like release yourself, you're allowed to forgive yourself, you're allowed to like get back into grace, which is really what it's all about, so let's go ahead and clarify. Let's talk about this Queen of Cups in your recent past. Okay, we've got the 9 of Wands, we have the 2 of Pentacles reversed, and we have the 7 of Pentacles. So you're spending a lot of time thinking about the past. You're feeling very defensive about something, but there's a sense of like, I am so overwhelmed by what I see there that I get stuck. So it's like a very deep pool, a very, very deep, you're on the highest level of the diving board, and if you dive into it, it is a deep, deep water. So it's almost like you don't want to take that leap. And I feel like that was what was kind of in the recent past, because there's maybe a part of you that was afraid of really just like sitting in that gunk, just really getting into that place of like committing to being better in some way. And maybe just, I feel like there was a pride element here too, where it's like admitting that to yourself was really challenging, really difficult, and just came with a lot of like overwhelm on a lot of levels. So fair enough. Let's talk about this death in your recent past. We have the 5 of Swords, we have the 7 of Wands, and we have the 2 of Wands. Okay, so there's like there's a lot of like power struggles. I think that just had to like come to an end in order for you to like take this step. I see there was some sort of a looking into the future and like not really liking what you were seeing there, maybe like not letting something go because it feels so like, you just feel really strongly about it. You feel like you have to stand your ground, and you did. As a result, I kind of do see that it led to a stalemate situation. It led to something that maybe left a bad taste in your mouth, or maybe like had some sort of an effect on your heart that you didn't anticipate. So let's talk about the heart. Let's talk about this Three of Swords reversed in your recent past. Hi. Okay, we've got the King of Swords. We've got the Three of Pentacles. And we have the High Priestess reversed. Yeah, so, okay, there's a lot of stubbornness here. So I feel like there's maybe communication. Yeah, I don't know. This just kind of feels like I believe what I believe, and discussion is not invited, is this energy. And again, this is your recent past, so this might have just been some sort of like stubbornness around like how you perceive someone or like your relationship to somebody. But like I said, in your current moment, this is all kind of changing, but in the recent past, it does kind of look like intuition and thin slicing. I don't know if you guys are like privy to this or like care about it, but thin slicing is basically what underlies intuition. Is like when you've lived through a situation and you've analyzed it in the past, and like this can be past lives, that informs your like crack shot, sort of perception of a situation. However, that is really good if the first time around processing it, you were doing it from a place of wanting to heal it, or like it was like informed by a perspective that you still sit really comfortably with in your current life, because we do change over time. So what I kind of feel like was happening is like your intuition about something in the past was informed by maybe some form of a trauma, or maybe some form of feeling, I don't know, really like it's just the story that you were telling yourself behind that intuitive leap was something that maybe you didn't even realize you don't agree with anymore. And that's just kind of what it looks like. So it was like you were like, okay, I made this intuitive leap, and it made me do this thing, but I don't agree with it anymore. So why is that? So you just kind of like had to do like the really hard work of like diving deep into your intuition, basically, and like unlearning those things, unlearning those stories, unlearning those dynamics, and telling yourself a new story. So that's huge. Oops, sorry, we just have the Hierophant that just jumped out. So yeah, something more unconventional you came to, I feel like, as a result. I feel like this was very much about tuning up your inner song. Okay, let's hop out of that into, I feel like the present moment is really clear, so I don't kind of want to like re-explore that so much. I do want to talk about this Page of Swords in your current energy though. Wait, okay, we have the Four of Cups reversed, we have the Six of Wands, and we have the Eight of Pentacles again, which is in your immediate future. So, yeah, I feel like life kind of maybe took you off of a high horse in some way, or maybe, just kind of like took you down a peg. And this might just be because, wait a second. I mean, I feel like while you were working through this process of like unlearning your intuitive leaps, it almost feels like that process went on really long. So I think this is just like an indication that you're like coming out of it. Like there was success on the other side of it, and like you came out of it more humble and more like willing to work through your stuff. But it does look like there was like a lot of introspection there, a lot of like being really hard on yourself, a lot of just kind of like being cut off from the world in some way, or like other people's perspectives in some way, or like not really feeling comfortable taking something in until you had analyzed it from head to toe because of what had happened in the past with like making a crack decision about something, and kind of, having to go through that process of like self-analysis. And like, so because of that, it was just like, okay, like any new things that I take on board, like I'm gonna research this until I know it, you know. Let's hop into this Six of, well, yeah, okay, the Six of Cups in your immediate future. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. We've got the Ace of Pentacles reversed, we've got the Ace of Swords, and we've got the Five of Cups. Yeah, so this is, oops, to me, oh, and look, there's the same card on the bottom of the deck. That's cool. This is to me just basically saying, like, the opportunities that pass you by, you have to grieve them properly in order to move forward with your life, and to, like, really, really accept this new mental clarity that you have, because you've worked really hard for it. And I think all that really is left for you to do is, like, accept that that change has happened. Just release it, you know, accept that things are different now, and accept that you don't have to keep being maybe in the past in some way. You don't have to be waiting for those old opportunities or those old outcomes maybe to manifest themselves, you know. It's like there was a reason it passed you by, and you, I feel like, have one eye out, just kind of like waiting for it to rear its head again. But I think you just have to cry about it. Okay, let it go, because there is this, you know, new mental clarity is here for you. And I'm really proud of you, because you worked really hard for it. Okay, that's what I have for you. I hope this resonated. If it did, give it a like, and I will see you next time.